Hello, my name is Danielle and I have four children. Um, I'm just going to attempt to explain to you what I used during high school and how my transitioned my one child from high school, my oldest, to college. And so I'll try to do this as so currently, my oldest is in college, online college at Arden University, and I'll explain how we got there. My grade 12 is using curriculum from Power Homeschool, which is associated with Acelus Academy, and I will get there. My grade 10 is using The Good and Beautiful, it's a workbook, and also Schoolhouse Teachers, that's online curriculum. And my grade 4 is also using the Good and Beautiful workbooks and Schoolhouse. So, my oldest child is in college. She is at Arden University. But first, we started off by doing the CLEP program. And CLEP stands for College Level Examination Program. It's been around for 50 years, but it's a credit by examination. And it's gaining a lot of popularity with homeschoolers. And so they have websites dedicated to helping homeschoolers to earn their degree at a much lower cost point than you would with regular tuition. So we started out by doing this, and I used the website hcusa.weebly.com, which basically gives you all the necessary courses needed to take to earn college credit while you are still in high school, and then gives you the information of the schools that will accept these credits. And so that's how we started. And we were doing it on our own, and until I found a school or institution that helps you through this process, and it's called Lumerit. And so we signed up. There's a cost to it, and what it is, their staff helps you through this process. So you give them the degree you're interested in. They outline a whole program of classes you need to take, courses you need to take, how many credits you need to take, and which schools accept these credits. And so schools, there's online schools and brick and mortar schools such as Thomas Edison, College University, Xavier University. Liberty University takes about 70 of these credits, so it really cuts down on the tuition that you would have to pay. My daughter, by the time she was in grade 12, had 30 credits. And so we were thinking that this is the route that we were going to go. However, they didn't have the degree that my daughter was really wanting to work towards, which was photography or graphic design. So she was working towards a communication degree, but she wasn't feeling comfortable with that. And so we decided to change direction. And so we were looking for online degrees. And we ended up with Arden University out of the UK because of the price point, but also because we hold British passports. And if we ever wanted to send her to the brick and mortar, we didn't need any visas or anything. She could just up and leave and go to school in the UK. So we liked the price point of Arden University, which means we didn't have to take out a loan. But the point that I want to make for anybody interested in the CLEP program is that you can only go through this program if you are going to send your child to a U.S. college or university, or online college or university, as Canadian universities and colleges do not accept the CREP CLEP credits. However, there are many universities in the States that do accept these credits. So my son took Western civilization 2 years ago. He was 15. He took it as a high school subject, and so we were curious about whether or not he would pass the university exam. So we signed up. It cost us $80 to sit the exam at Buffalo University, and I think it was a $25 fee for the examination site. So we did most of that. We paid the $80 online. And then once we got there, we paid the $25. And he sat the exam in a classroom at Buffalo University, a class full of other students. And he passed. So he, at age 15, he had 3 university credits under his belt. If you need to know more about that, do not hesitate to shoot me an email or give me a call. My son, Patrick Roberts, in grade 12, and so he's just finishing up his high school courses, and we've applied to several colleges, universities. His interest is in audio engineering, electronic music, and so it's been kind of tricky to get him into a school that offers a bachelor's in this. There are a lot of places for him to get the acquired skills, but we wanted him to have a BA behind his name. So for us, it's been kind of tricky. It's either that or he's also interested in history. And so that's kind of, if we can't get him into anything with audio engineering or electronic music, then we'll try to get him into somewhere where he can get a BA in history. So my son's 4 years of high school have kind of taken on more of an eclectic approach. He's taken a lot of his courses through the Homeschool USA that I mentioned before, using the CLEP courses. He took quite a bit from there. We took 1 or 2 courses from All-in-One Highschool, which we've used quite extensively for all 4 children, and they seem to really like it. And we've taken courses from a website called Modern States, which is another website that will help you attain a degree through these CLEP credits. But we liked the format of these video classes. So he's taken a couple from there. In his grade 11 and 12, because I was kind of tired at that point of pulling a course from here, pulling a course from there. I wanted something that was at the same place. We started using Power Homeschool, which is a branch of an actual online school called Aceless Academy. Aceless Academy can be pricey. And so we didn't go with that part of the school. Aceless Academy is accredited, and they do have face-to-face time through the computer with the teacher. So it's live, and you get all the support that you would of any online school. Power Homeschool, though, is they've taken the recorded the teachers in various classes and put it all together in a different branch of this Aceless Academy. And so my son was using this for the last 2 years. So he goes online, pulls up the course that he needs, watches the pre-recorded videos, and does the assignments and does the tests. And so at the end of that course. I get a whole rundown of every test that he's done, and they give me a final grade. And it's for a minimal cost. I think for the whole year it was $250, I think. Whereas to sign up for Aceless Academy, it was I think a couple of thousand a year. So the disadvantage is if you're interested in accreditation. Aceless Academy is accredited. Power Homeschool is not accredited, if that is something that's important to you. But he enjoyed Power Homeschool. And of course, he doesn't have the advantage of having access to teachers. So when we did run into an issue, let's just say with his advanced algebra course or his trigonometry course or calculus course, and we didn't know the answer. I know I didn't know the answer. We just, a couple of times this year, we just had to find a tutor for him. And we only did that a couple of times because he was stuck on a question. So we just got a tutor and they explained it to him, and then he was fine and he went on. But he enjoyed Power Homeschool. So right now, in applying for colleges, the tricky part is that they do ask if his diploma is from an accredited institution. And of course, because it's not, they have asked that he either take the SAT or the ACT test, or like Niagara College has asked that if he would like to take one of their testing, they test separately for him to be accepted. We weren't too concerned about Niagara College. He had applied for the gaming diploma, game design diploma, but he really wasn't that too interested in, so we weren't concerned about that. We've applied to some online schools that offer BA in audio engineering and electronic music, and most of them have asked if his transcript was from an accredited institution. So currently, right now, we are looking at him taking the ACT test for most, if not all, colleges, universities, especially here in Canada, will accept that from homeschoolers. So we are still in the process of trying to find out the best route for us to go to get Patrick accepted into his choice of school to acquire the degree that he wants. So if you want to know more about that, again, please don't hesitate to call me, email me. I know the Ontario School Board does have avenues for, like, let's just say you're grade 11 or grade 12 to get the English and the math, because they're mostly, if you're applying to Niagara College or Brock University or any university, they're looking for grade 11 and especially grade 12 English and math from an Ontario school. So they do have online courses for your student to get the English and the math. However, for one, I think for like the English or the math, I think if I can remember correctly, it's like $500 for each course. And so it adds up pretty quickly. If my son were to take grade 11, grade 12, both English and math courses from an approved Ontario online school. That's why we didn't go that route. So we're still figuring things out, but I'm always free to kind of brainstorm things. Jonathan is my grade 10 student. Um, because of learning styles, like each child is very different in their learning styles, and so as we get to um, different points in their education, knowing their learning styles means that each curriculum, I've been trying to find the best curriculum to assist them in how they learn the best. So Jonathan, he preferred the workbook style curriculum. So when we entered high school, we started off with the ACE curriculum, accelerated Christian education, and for the most part, he enjoyed it, but it did get very lengthy. Each lesson was extremely lengthy and extremely wordy and extremely repetitive. And so, because of his learning style, he also has dyslexia. And so, all that reading, it became very tedious for him and made him extremely tired. And so, after grade 9, I looked for something else. And I really enjoy the Charlotte Mason method, which we used when they were younger. And I found the Good and Beautiful workbooks. I believe kindergarten to grade 5, I think it's free. The English, and they are adding more and more courses to their curriculum. But I know the English was free up until grade 5, and then after that you pay. However, I still felt the content I felt was awesome. And so I ordered it for Jonathan, the English language, and he thoroughly enjoys it. The lessons are not long at all. And so he can get, 2, 3 done sometimes in a sitting, which he enjoys getting through the workbooks. And so we use that for his English language. For the other subjects, we use Schoolhouse Teachers. And I bought a 2-year subscription it wasn't costly at all. I think I got the 2 years for maybe $30 something. It was a special, and I can use that for all the children. And so he does his math and science using the Schoolhouse teachers and history, and he seems to be enjoying that. Some of that are videos, and some of that are online workbook. So it's a very interesting site. For grades 11 and 12, because of the trial and error of my older two, I'm thinking of enrolling him in an accredited high school for his grade 11 and 12. I'm not 100% sure that's where I'm going to go. That's the route I'm going to take. But the Aceless Academy does have a scholarship involved with it. And so I'm not sure if Jonathan can apply for it. I'm certainly going to try. And so it cuts the cost of the tuition, makes it extremely manageable. So I'm thinking about that if he gets the scholarship. And you can go on the Aceless Academy website to read more about that. If not, there's a school called Sterling Academy, and they offer 4 years of homeschool, high school for, I think, just over $2,000. So that's not a bad deal to get an accredited online high school diploma, which would make it easier when you're applying to colleges and universities, not only in the States, but also in Canada. So I'm looking at that for Jonathan. And And Jordan. Jordan's not in high school yet, but I just thought I would mention what I am using. Again, I'm using the Good and Beautiful curriculum. And she herself, she's enjoying it. She just goes from lesson to lesson. Each day she does a lesson, and gives it to me to mark. And there's English language, and there's art involved in it, and so she quite enjoys. I think there's geography in there, so she enjoys that. We were using Switched on Schoolhouse, SOS. It's been around for a long time. We were using the CDs. However, when I had to upgrade our I got them secondhand at an awesome price. But when I went to upgrade our computers to the 2010 operating system, the CDs wouldn't work anymore. So when I called the Switched on Schoolhouse to inquire what I could do, they said I had to pay for something. I can't remember. Anyway, I had to pay. That's all I remember. And so I said, well, I would just use what was already in my arsenal, which was the schoolhouse teachers. And so halfway through the year, unfortunately, I had to switch over. And so she started doing her other subjects, math, science, history, Bible, on the schoolhouse teachers. And it's been working great. So no complaints there. This last slide is just all the websites that I have used in this presentation. There is one mistake that I will show on the next slide, the correct website address. But these are all the websites. There's so much more I could say, and there's so many websites I can share with you, but in the interest of time, I just thought I would just quickly touch base on where we are and what we're doing. I think on this slide, I also included James Madison High School. I've heard a lot about them. They've come up recently in my constant research. They're an online high school program which helps you to transition into an online college, university program. Again, it's costly, but it was an interesting website. I just thought I would share with you if anybody was interested. So again, if anyone wants any more information on anything that I've said, feel free to give me a call or to email me. I'm still learning so much, and some of this is trial and error, and I'm still researching and trying to find all the information that I can to make informed decisions about the next step for each of my children. God bless, and I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy during this time, remembering that God is in control and He is still on the throne. Thank you very much.